I think it is absolutely time for me to start looking for a new vehicle. Now, you guys know I went from the V6 Grand Cherokee, and then I had the, what did I have? The Scatpack. Oh my God, it's been so long. I had the Scatpack after that, and then I traded that for the Jeep SRT, and then I was super stoked with that for a while. Didn't make a ton of videos, kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, but we are back now. And with that, I am ready to make a purchase. Now, there's a lot of different reasons that we will talk about as to why I did not, make a bunch of content, and also why I had the SRT. I probably will make a video about that, kind of why I got rid of it. Maybe I'll just talk about it in this video. Basically, it boils down to I wanted to buy a house. SRT was super expensive. That put me in a better financial spot. Plus, I did a few things with, business and life in order to be able to purchase a house. We were able to purchase a house this year. We got married this year. All that stuff is checked off. So it's time for me to bring back my baby and bring back this channel, whether it's an SRT or another vehicle. Now, I probably have maybe 1, 2, 3 options, I would say, on the table right now. I mean, I'm gonna test drive a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna kind of figure out exactly what it is that I want and kind of go from there. But I want you guys to put some input in this, I think we have like 43,000 subs here on the channel. I'm aiming 50K end of 25, 100K next year. I know these might be big goals, but we're shooting for the stars, trying to bring things back, and I'm gonna be bringing back the content. We're probably gonna be hitting the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday 3 p.m. here on the channel. Bring it back, hold myself to it, and just work really hard. Now, that's besides the point though, because we're talking about the new vehicle. Now, what is the new vehicle going to be? I basically have probably 3 options right now, and what are those? They're obviously the Jeep SRT is on the list, right? Because that was my baby. I would say SRT, Trackhawk, right? Both of those are on the list, right? Those are potential options. The problem with trying to find that is there is just such a limited inventory of these vehicles. Like, if I search within a 100-mile radius, excluding New York and New Jersey, of course, like I'm up in Rhode Island, it's like pretty close in the 100-mile radius. If I exclude those just because I don't want to buy a car, like I've seen how you guys drive them over there. If I exclude that area, all that I get left is 2 options maybe, and they're both like 2014, 2015. So everybody has either stolen these, beat them up, scrapped them, or they've just kept them and they sit in their garage, or they just daily drive them because they love them so much. And like me before, I get it. I'm kind of on the same page. So, options are limited on the SRT Trackhawk front. All the Trackhawks are basically salvage unless I ship it in from across the country. And I don't particularly want a Trackhawk as my daily driver right now, just because it's not super practical gas wise. So I'm trying to walk that fine line. Of course, there's the miles per gallon. I always say that. I think there's shirts down below you can still get. That's always been my thing, miles per gallon. So that's kind of what I'm fighting with, right? There's different options that I could go with within the SRT Trackhawk. I could get like a 5.7 WK2, build it into a fake SRT, but there's a portion of that where I'm doing the same thing that I've already done that I don't want to do. I'm trying to make a bunch of content and make a bunch of new cool stuff. So in order to do that, I think I need something that I'm fresh and excited about to kind of bring in a new audience and show you guys some cool things outside of the Grand Cherokee. Now, my next option might surprise you a little bit, or it might just, be kind of a thing that you might have thought of, because I think I've mentioned it a few times. But I put up an Instagram poll and I put up a poll here on YouTube, and they're kind of leaning where I'm leaning, where a Ford Raptor might make sense. Now, if you don't know anything about the Raptor, basically it's an F-150 platform, performance, off-road, all that good stuff. I'll get into that later when I go test drive them and check them out and see if I even like it, right? I haven't been behind the wheel of one, haven't checked it out in person yet, so who knows, right? I might hate it. But my thought process goes, hey, I kind of like the way the truck looks. It's pretty tough, there's a lot of modability, there's a lot of viewership here on YouTube, and there's different generations, just like with the Jeep Grand Cherokee. So if I take a look at it and I say, hey, maybe I go with a Gen 2 rather than a Gen 3, right? So Gen 3 is the newest one, 21 and up. If I say, hey, a Gen 2 where, it doesn't have all the fancy features, right, to the extent, price is a little bit better, might get some higher mileage, kind of like the way it looks, a little bit better than a Gen 3 to be honest, but it opens up a whole new world of mods. Like if I go with the Gen 3 and I get the big screen, I can't do a screen video and a screen mod and like explore that way and actually get to do some stuff, because I'm really missing it in that aspect as well. So there's a million different options of course out there, but Gen 2 is kind of where I'm looking, so definitely expect some test drives and me going to check out some of those to see if I even like it. And of course, let me know your feedback down below. What are you guys thinking? I went live here on the channel like a week or so ago, and I had some of you guys in there. Not too many of you. I mean, it's dead channel. I haven't uploaded in a while. I get it. But some of you guys were in there kind of talking to me about it and telling me, you know, your thoughts and maybe do this or that or the other. And some people mentioned a Durango. So I am throwing a Durango as a possibility on the list. I would say it's definitely number 3, probably starting with the Raptor and then the SRT, just because it's so hard to find them and I've already done it. So I think it would be fun to explore something a little bit different, and it seems like some of you guys might enjoy that content as well. Plus I can reach a whole new audience here on the channel. I mean, I do think that there is some options, right? So no matter what I go with, my wife still wants a WK2 Grand Cherokee, right? She's always loved them and she wants one in the Sting gray color. So there's always an option too where we get a Ford Raptor for the channel and I go ahead and get her that WK2 with the, you know, the Sting gray color on like an Altitude or something like that. You know, it's a best of both worlds situation. She's happy, gets the car she wants, and then we get to keep making some cool content on the WK2. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, are we gonna get a 5.7? You know, it would, you know, it'd bring a lot of content just in the search as well, because you guys love, you know, shopping for the Jeeps and that kind of stuff. So it would really just kind of really mesh everything together and be the best of both worlds. So don't expect the Jeep content to just disappear, right? I still have my current Jeep. Like, I'm in here recording right now. It's about nighttime, right? I'm chasing daylight nowadays trying to make these videos. You know, we still have the 23 for now, so expect some content on that. And then of course we've got, you know, if we get a WK2. Also in the Jeep world, my parents have a Gladiator and a Willys 2-door Wrangler. So those have on the channel before, and they will be on the channel more because they have a bunch of mods that I need to do. So I've been putting it off because I haven't been making videos. So maybe I'll finally do some videos and install some of that stuff, and, you know, just bring things all around full circle, make a bunch of cool content that you guys can enjoy. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, because I'm curious. I want your feedback. What do you guys think on the Raptor? Because like I said, I'm really leaning that way. I'm going to test drive some probably this weekend. I think it's like Thursday now, so the next few days be out there test driving those. But yeah, there's just so many different options and I'm just not sure exactly what to go with. So some feedback would be great. Again, this is just kind of starting, right? Like, we're going to build up a bunch of content again. I'm planning to go really heavy at minimum for the next 14 months, right? For the end of this year, end of next year, big goals, want to chase them, see what happens. But beyond that, I'm hoping that gets me to a point that I'm like, cool, I want to keep going with this, and I can keep going with this. A big thing, you know, my schedule's more flexible now. I have a lot more freedom financially to be able to do things. So we definitely have opportunity to do some cool stuff here on the channel. And yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below what you guys are thinking. Get a discussion going down there. Throw out some ideas. Let me know what you think about the Raptor and the WK2 and different options that I threw out in this video. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button down below right now to be notified when those new videos do go live. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. here on the channel. And of course, like the video so some other people can be notified about it and find out about the channel, because we are trying to grow so we can keep doing sick videos like this one. I guess this one's not really that sick, but I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I only got one life, I'm trying to live my shit. Minding my business as usual, I don't want nothing to do with the outside. How about the whip with a beautiful bitch? I've been too busy thinking about mine. Don't care what you be doing, I've been too busy thinking about mine. Back then shit was too bad, I was on the wrong path going too fast. Used to let the plug house holding too